Today I'll be talking about another area of cognitive analytics from Microsoft. And today I'll be focused on their knowledge APIs. Now what's interesting is knowledge APIs is one of the ones with the most projects that are currently being publicly shared. And there's a lot of opportunity there. We'll talk about that as we get towards the end of my few minutes here. But first of all, the really cool one that stands out right away is the Q&A Maker API. It can be used to do FAQs. And this API is you can ask it questions, and the whole point is I can ask a question, I'll get an answer. So if I wanted to take an FAQ and make it a bot, for instance, and I could go into my thing and say, what question do you have? I could ask a question of it like, hey, how do I log in to this site? Or what are the other areas that I can actually, how else could I do something? This type of interaction where you can ask a specific question, you can set it up against a set of known data, and it can go through that and try to present answers that make sense and really do a lot of quick answering and give people what they need right away without them waiting to interact with a human person until they need to in that scenario. So the Q&A is really cool. It's a Q&A Maker API. You can add that to, like I said, any type of application. It's not a bad plan to create a bot that does the help for you, and it's kind of an interactive chat until a time you need to actually add a real person behind that interaction. The other one is the custom design service, or custom decision service. And it's a contextual service that allows you to personalize content that you can see. So what it does is, as a service as opposed to API, what its goal is to give you personalized content based on things it knows about you, how your search patterns are, and continue to learn about you. The service does do some learning and tries to respond to emerging trends in both your activity and things that you're interested in. So if you're a sports addict and you really want to cover, watch baseball, stats and all these things, you can actually return and search and do these things and give you the baseball information you're looking for. And it can do all this in the context of this service. So, it's making a lot of decisions for you. It's trying to figure out, okay, you'll want to see this article here on a baseball player, but you're not going to want to see this article over here on a basketball player because I can see the difference. And so it'll personalize your content and allow you to interact with that data. And as you interact and do work with that, it tries to learn more from you and do a better job presenting personalized data to you. There are 3 projects. I'm not going to dive into those real deep because they're really in flight. But 3 projects. The projects that Microsoft has, there's a lot of cognitive analytics projects that are out there. They actually call out 3 specifically around the knowledge services. And what you have here is a knowledge exploration service, which allows you to interact with data that's actually stored in systems. So it's structural data with actual language. The ability to do natural language queries, say, against a stored encyclopedia, or more importantly, stored information, all the content stored in your database, the ability to actually start doing that type of work. Academic knowledge is basically what it sounds like. It's going to go after academic information that Microsoft has in its space, its academic space. And finally, entity linking will do things to link text to additional areas of text. It tries to match things up. For instance, while we're looking for basketball, it may say, well, you may actually also be interested in baseball because they're a sport. I've now linked these entities, and these things are common, and I can actually bring them together and produce additional results to you and see if that's a linking that's of interest to you or not. So those are some projects that are going on within the knowledge API space with cognitive analytics. I know there's not a whole lot here. I encourage you to check out the Q&A Maker because it's a really great way to enhance and provide better service internally and externally to whoever your customer might be. If you have questions about leveraging these APIs, please click the link below. We'd be happy to talk with you. Thank you and have a great day.